CJ Kent, and welcome to another episode of Skyblock Survival here on the Hadescraft Skyblock server. So, today, the day you've all been waiting for, or, you know, not, I don't know, maybe, we're gonna make a melon and pumpkin farm, fully auto, so you guys get to see how to do that, and finally I won't have to harvest them by hand anymore. So that's pretty exciting. I've been collecting stuff, got pretty much everything I need right here, I believe, and if not, I'll just go ahead and cut out and get the stuff I do need. And of course, I do have to go ahead and give credit to another YouTuber known as Monkey Farm for this design for the melon and pumpkin farm. I did alter it a little bit and added a couple water sources to make sure that the vine blocks are hydrated. Now the reason I'm doing that, of course the vines will grow faster when they're hydrated, and allegedly the pumpkins and melons will spawn more quickly if the blocks are hydrated. Now logically that makes sense, and that's the way it should work. As far as the game mechanics go, I can't actually confirm that that's the way it works. In my experience, that has generally been the case, but you know, I've never really sat here and watched and done a time lapse of the difference between a hydrated and non-hydrated and all of that. So it's that could be a myth. But I don't think it is, and we're going to go ahead and hydrate them anyway, because we can. So the very first thing we have to do is actually tear down what we've got already. This will probably kill my axe. There it went. That's okay, we'll make another later. Don't need to do a whole lot of axing. Thank goodness. And yeah, I almost hate to do this, but here it is. The moment of truth. We're taking things down. Now, one thing oh, thank God, these carpets are going away. I don't know about you guys, but I've honestly not been terribly satisfied with these carpets, like, for the whole time that they've been here. You know, I put them there, so I guess that's my fault, but I'm kind of happy to see them go. Anyway. What was I saying? I totally lost my train of thought. Sorry about that, guys. Basically, we're going to go ahead and tear these old farms down. It'll be nice to no longer have to harvest the melons and pumpkins by hand. It does take a little bit of time. And, oh, that's what it was. You'll notice that in the original farms, I actually had 8 of each plant, so 8 vines for pumpkins, 8 vines for watermelons. And in the new setups, we're actually only going to have 2 vines. Now, the reason that these are going to be more efficient, technically, is because we're actually going to they're going to be harvesting automatically. So instead of having me sit somewhere for a couple hours, come and manually harvest, what'll happen is anytime it spawns either a pumpkin or a melon, the automatic harvesting system will activate, it'll collect that, and so over the course of those 2 hours it'll actually end up harvesting more than if I were to come every couple hours and grab all of them all at once, because obviously it can't spawn a new one until the old one's gone. And of course you guys get that. So basically, let's go ahead and get started here. As with all fully auto systems, ours is going to begin with a chest. That's going to go right here, and I want it to face this way because I'm particular like that. And then we need to put in some dirt. And that will actually go here and here. And then we need to put in some hoppers. And of course you'll notice that I seem to have twice as much of everything as I actually need. That is intentional, of course, because we're going to be making 2 of these. This one is for the pumpkins, and I don't think I need that. actually. There it is. And of course we'll make one for the melons as well. There we go. Yeah, it's actually a pretty ingenious little design, and I'll kind of show you how it works as we get it set up here. Yep, that's what we needed. So that will go there. Now we need to use some of this. That'll go there. That'll go there. And I don't think I need this for anything. Go ahead and put water in right now. Huh. Well, I'm thinking to myself and deciding exactly what I want to do here. I could put something here. I don't need to, per se, but I could. And I need to put the stone brick back in this area and this area as well. Huh. Okay, well, we'll just go ahead and toss the water into these side areas. And you know what, we'll just fill that in with block. Now, technically, yeah, you'll still see that, so that'll just be there. Ah, that's why I'm confused. I totally did this wrong. Whoops. Okay, my bad, guys. Let me fix that. There we go. No, don't want the chicken. There it is. There it is. Okay. See, I kind of know what I'm doing. I'm sort of... Okay, so I didn't take a lot of time to memorize the design, and I might have to look at it again, but I think we're good now. Yeah, I think we're fine. Okay. Basically, this will go here, and that'll go there. Okay, that's perfect, and we'll fill these in. Now, this is really just an aesthetics, like, safety thing. I don't want people walking and then falling and breaking an ankle or something. That would be bad. Not that you can break your ankle in Minecraft, but hey, better safe than sorry, right? Okay, so, I was actually thinking about making these grass, but now that I think about it, one's going to be covered with a block, so it's always going to be dirt, and the other one's going to be tilled, so that would be silly. Oh, alright, so the redstone. Obviously the hoppers all connect to this chest, and these flow into this one, these flow into this one, these flow down here, these flow into this one, these flow into this one, and this one flows into here. So that makes that pretty efficient. What we'll need to do for the redstone connection, though, is actually, there'll be a torch here and here, which is pretty cool because it will not only add a little bit of light, excuse me guys, it's a bit of a scratchy throat today, sorry about that, but it kind of looks cool, and yeah. So, of course, those aren't the only torches, there'll be one here and here. And there it is. There it is. Woo! Got it. Okay, and of course there'll be torches here and here. Yeah, I made enough. I'm good. Alright. And next, of course, we have the sticky pistons, and we'll need 2 for right here. So that'll go there. That'll go there. And of course, we'll toss in our repeaters. Now, these are pretty cool. You can actually put them on top of hoppers. So for a setup like this, the items will still get sucked through, and you don't have to worry about that. You can still get your redstone signals wherever you need them to go, and it's just a nice little touch. And finally, we need to put in the glass. Now, aesthetically, this is not the most pleasing thing, and I will probably come in through here and add some like support structure stuff. And technically I could turn this into a tower as well, but I don't know. I'm not feeling a tower for these. I think it's good to have it just sort of set into the ground like this, kind of back out of the way, and it just sort of blends well with everything. I don't know, if I really get desperate for pumpkins and melons, I guess I can always expand this, but I kind of have a few of them already, and once the whole automatic system keeps going, it'll be pretty good. Okay, so basically this is our pumpkin farm. These areas on the side will be where those are at. Where the vines are at, excuse me, those. Yes, use your described things. Okay. And basically what will happen is these will grow into vines, and there's only one place around where they can spawn, one eligible block where they could spawn a pumpkin, and that's this dirt block, because it cannot spawn on anything besides dirt or grass, I don't think. I know generally it does need either a dirt block or a grass block to spawn a pumpkin or a melon. If there are other block types, definitely let me know, because that would be cool. But those are the only ones I know of. At any rate, it will spawn a pumpkin in the only place that it can, and of course pumpkins are blocked, so the repeater here will push the signal, the redstone signal, into the pumpkin, thus powering it, and then this repeater will pull that signal back out of the pumpkin, deactivating this torch, activating this torch, and causing, which will then activate this piston. The glass block will actually break the pumpkin or the melon, and the pumpkin block or the melon bits will scatter and get collected up by the hoppers. Now occasionally you will get some that just float here or here, but it's pretty rare, and honestly if you're doing a fully auto system like this, a little bit of loss is not really that big a deal. So I'll show you how it works. Basically your pumpkin will grow, and yeah, see, there you go, you've got the whole, it just stayed there thing, but that is not always the case. Like that one went into the hoppers just fine, and you're good to go. Alright, so I could bone meal these, but I don't really need to, so I'll just go ahead and let those go, and we'll get started on the melon farm. But yeah, that's like a nice, simple, basic design. Nothing too complicated or fancy with it. Something easy to do, easy to replicate. Thank you again to Monkey Farm, who came up with this design. It's really cool, it works well, and I appreciate it. It's a nice thing to have incorporated into my island. Alright, so now for the melons. And so basically it's going to be the same kind of thing here. We're going to go through and collect all the melons, get those out of the way for the time being. We're going to get rid of the vines there. We'll get rid of the carpets that we've had sitting around forever. I think these are the only ones that I'm sad to lose. Like, I actually kind of liked the green with all the different color elements. I don't know why, I really like the green carpets. I think they look good. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But yeah, the orange just didn't work, and the yellow's wasn't great for the area around the wheat. And the gray was okay, but it sort of blended with everything else, because everything else is gray, and God knows we've got enough gray. So it was just nice to have the green and a nice little color difference there. Alright, now technically you could do this with a shovel. I've found that you don't use the shovel enough on a Skyblock island to really keep them around frequently or carry them with you and all that, but hey, you know, if you want to carry a shovel with you on your island, go for it, man. Not sure why you would, but you can. Totally up to you. Okay, so again, we want to put the chest in. That's going to be centered here. And the reason I'm doing that little hop jump is so that it faces this way, because that's the way I want it to go. I suppose I could just stand here and do it, but I'd have to put a block down and then jump up here, and it's just a big mess, so it's a little bit easier to do it the way I'm doing it, in my opinion. And let's be honest, my opinion's really the only one that matters. Just kidding. Seriously, just kidding. Like, that's way more arrogant than I can pull off. I can't back that up. Okay, so, anyway. Yeah, you know the drill. Got the hoppers. Get those in place. So, yeah, it's a nice, elegant design. Really easy to set up. It's one of the reasons I appreciate it so much. I do enjoy the simplicity of certain designs, and like they're just not terribly challenging and they work well, and that's just fantastic. I love things that work well. Things that work well are good. Okay, so there's all that. I had a thought, and I think I will come back to that at a later time. But I had a thought. I have them occasionally. It's a little bit rare. And they're not always good thoughts, necessarily. Not that they're, like, bad thoughts, just not terribly productive. Now that I'm done digging myself into a hole there. Okay. Get rid of that, because that's not supposed to be there yet, technically. And toss these on here. Get our pistons. There we go. Get our glass. Yeah, and so the one bad thing about this design for the Skyblock islands, in particular on this server, it does require 4 glass, and the only way to get glass is to have sand. And if you don't have any left over from the very start of your island or from completing challenges, $1,000 pounds, yen, whatever the currency is on the server, it's 1,000 of that, 1,000 currency units per block of sand. I mean, if you've been following along and you have like the cactus farms and everything set up, you should probably be pretty good as far as all that goes. But that part can be kind of expensive. You do have to buy the slime balls for the sticky pistons. Now that they're not terribly expensive. I think it's like 500 a slime ball. But then again, that's pushing the price up to like 6,000 so far. And if you don't have an iron farm set up, you're going to pay through the butt for this much iron. Like, it's a lot. I started out with 2 full stacks of iron ingots, and I had 14 left from that. So that's 114? Yeah, 114 iron ingots. And those are 500 a pop, so when I edit this, I'll do the math, because I'm not going to do that in my head right now. Because it will be wrong. It will be so very wrong. I did put the water, good. And now I just need to put the repeaters. But yeah, so if you don't have the farm set up for this, it could be kind of pricey to get set up. But hey, you will always have pumpkins and melons ready to go, no problem, and that's always a good thing. So it could be worth it. It just depends on what you're doing and what you want out of it and all that. Okay, so that'll go there, and that'll go there, and voila! We now have a fully automatic pumpkin farm down over on the side there, and a fully automatic watermelon farmer right here. You know what? Let's get the bone meal. Let's just get those going. Why not? It's not as though I don't have bones. See, they're just like floating everywhere. Okay, that's actually a little bit rare. They don't generally float everywhere, but hey. So let's just grab a stack of this. There it is. Well, almost a stack. It's a little shy because it does 3s, and that comes out to 63, and I'm probably boring people, and that's fine. Well, it's not fine, but you get the idea. Alright, so there's a vine. There's a vine. Okay. And there's a vine. And there's a vine. Alright, guys. Farms are set up. Pumpkins, watermelons, fully auto. Nice, simple design. Thank you to Monkey Farm for providing that. Once again, yep, saw it work right there. I saw it. I saw it. There it is. Gotta love that. Just gotta love that. Just fantastic. Okay. Now the only question is what to do with this setup here to make it look more like these are not just floating in midair randomly. Had some thoughts on that. Maybe not particularly great thoughts, but some thoughts. Some I was thinking cobblestone walls along the side here, the middle, side here, and then kind of attaching to the fronts of these and to here. But now, iron bars maybe? You know what, guys? I'm going to cut out real quick and hit up the this setup I have on the test world, and yeah, we'll see if I can come up with something that looks good and kind of makes sense. And I'll be right back. Alright, guys, and we're back. I went ahead and tried a couple of different things, and let's go ahead and move that now, because that's... I don't want that there. What's supposed to go there? Slot 6. Interesting. I'll remember later. Anyway, the thing that... I tried a couple of things. Some stuff looked kind of retarded. Some stuff kind of worked, but was iffy. And the thing I liked the best was actually the cobblestone walls, which was my first inclination. And what's cool about this setup is it's actually not connecting here and here because these aren't whole blocks. So yeah, and basically, and it won't connect to the fence either because it's not a fence. It's actually kind of thick. It looks pretty cool. All in all, just not a bad setup. I like it. You guys might like hate it or something, and you know, I guess let me know. But I think it looks good. Now, technically, these are still sort of just floating in midair, but you can't tell as much when things are like this. And of course, add additional supports because that's how that works. And it'll take you about 24 cobblestone walls to make that whole setup if you're wanting to add that. Of course, if you wanted to have a lot of pumpkins and a lot of melons, this design is tileable. So you can go side to side, you can go up and down. Technically, the original design is just for one. The hoppers go around, but you could have like the vines back to back with a block of dirt on this side, and then like 2 vines, and then another block of dirt on that side, and hoppers just going all the way around those. And you might incur a little bit of extra loss from melons landing on these blocks, but it's not a lot, and since you'll have additional vines, it really won't matter. So yeah, there's lots of different ways you can do it. I'm opting for this way because I just don't need massively huge quantities of the melons and the pumpkins beyond like just personal use stuff. I mean, I can sell them, but I've got the cactus for that, and that's kind of why I built the cactus farms the way I did. Like, I just have so many cactus. There's only so many things you can use cactus for, but you can also sell it and make lots of money. So that was kind of the plan for that, but this is more like a personal use thing, and like decorative, like if I want to do a bunch of jack-o'-lanterns or something, I can do that. But yeah, so that's well, let's make the cobblestone walls for the other side, and I won't cut out here so you guys can kind of see the whole process. Basically, you got to turn cobblestone into cobblestone walls. It's really, really easy. It's just the bottom 6 slots on the crafting table. Although you might be able to do it on the top, as long as it's just a 2x3 grid of cobble. Yeah, you can do it on the top or the bottom. Basically, that's going to yield 6 cobblestone walls. Now we need 24 for what we're doing. So we'll do that. It doesn't hurt to make extra, but in this case I know how many I need, and so that's just all I'm going to make for right now. Alright, and yeah, of course, the nether wart farm is not done yet. I know I keep saying I'm going to finish that off camera and whatnot, but there's no nether wart on the server, guys. It's just not here yet. So there's really no rush to finish this. I mean, aside from aesthetics. And I'll get there. I will get this done. And eventually I'll put some sort of like roof thing on these, because like I like the open air thing, but I kind of don't at the same time. So I don't know. We'll come up with something for that. But that's later. Let's go ahead and finish the pumpkin farm, and we'll call this episode wrapped up. No. And you got to see there exactly what happens when there's a block there that the glass can't break, like a cobblestone wall. Does nothing. So yeah. Now this setup could technically break other blocks too, I believe. Besides the melon and pumpkin, although I'm at a bit of a loss as for what. Probably snow, I would imagine. Any other breakable blocks. Look at that. Look at that. It works great. Okay, so yeah. Right. Right. And I did test this part, and it doesn't affect the performance at all to put this wall here. The melon and pumpkin stuff will still go in there fine, so not a big deal there. Okay, so there we go. That's it. The pumpkin and melon farms are completed. Fully auto, ready to go, running smoothly, and we're all set, guys. So thanks for watching. If you liked this video, definitely go ahead and give it a like. Feel free to leave comments and suggestions about future videos, or what you liked or what you didn't like, or just even random stuff. I mean, go for it. Why not? Just blow the comment section up. And of course, if you really enjoyed this video and you've liked some of the other stuff I've done, and you're not subscribed already, definitely go ahead and subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe so they can get in on the awesomeness. Alright, yeah, seriously, but I can't. I mean, I'm pretty cool, but I don't know if I can really honestly describe myself as awesome. I mean, you guys are free to describe me as awesome, but I gotta be a little humble, you know. Anyway, if if you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe, and that'll give you updates on the channel and what's going on, and when we post new videos and all that. So thanks for watching, guys, and as always, I will talk at you later.